What's up, guys? AFL Ball here with my AFL round 4 tips and predictions. So last week I got 6 in a tough week for most people. Yeah, I got 0 big calls right. I was a bit disappointing. I was close on a few trips. If he only got 2 goals, I would have gotten that. So let's go with this week's tips, starting off with the Thursday night game, Brisbane versus Collingwood. Now, Collingwood are a more informed team, probably the best team in the league right now. Just about a quarter of people tipping Brisbane in this, and I've tipped Brisbane. Yeah, I've tipped Brisbane for this game by 9 points. But I do have Dan McStay to kick 4+ goals against his former club in Brisbane. So I think Brisbane win in a close one. Just in a close one. Yeah. Now we go to the Good Friday game between North Melbourne and Carlton. Carlton basically just won last week. I have the Blues winning by 32 points. Majority tipping Carlton. Just about everyone. So yeah, this game's at Marvel Stadium. So I have Harry Mackay to kick 5 more goals because he's usually very good at Marvel Stadium under the roof. So yeah, Mackay 5 goals or more. First game of the Saturday, Adelaide versus Freo. Now I'm gonna have Adelaide to win by 17 points. I think they'll win. They'll just control the game, and yeah, my big call will be for them to always be in front in the game. I don't think Freo will ever be in front. I think Adelaide will just control the game, and yeah, most people tip them. Next game is Richmond versus Bulldogs, and I have Richmond by 26 points. Richmond needing to bounce back after the loss to Collingwood last week. Bulldogs had a very good win against Brisbane, so yeah, that's why I think Richmond win. They bounce back and win. My big call will be for Tim Taranto to get 30+ possessions and 2 goals. So yeah, the game after that, the first game in the night on the Saturday, is St Kilda versus Gold Coast. And I have St Kilda to win by 32 points. They've done very well this season, exceeded expectations so far. 3 rounds into the season, I think they'll keep on going on the track because they have Gold Coast, which should be an easy win for them. You know, Gold Coast beat Geelong last week, but yeah, I think St Kilda get it done. My big call will be for Jack Sinclair to get 35 disposals or more. Yeah, I think he's just a very good player. I think he'll get 35 possessions. So yeah. Last game on the Saturday, Sydney versus Port Adelaide. Port Adelaide lost in the showdown, and Sydney lost to Melbourne. Both teams coming off the loss this week, and I have Sydney winning by 15 points. Nearly everyone tipping Sydney, surprisingly. It is in Sydney, but I wouldn't think that many people, that few people tip Port Adelaide. So yeah, my big call will be for Buddy to score 5 or more goals in the game. Yeah, first game on Sunday now. Essendon versus GWS. GWS nearly beating Carlton on the weekend. I think Essendon will win that game by 37 points. It's tough for them to lose to St Kilda. But I think Essendon will get it done. Most people think that. Most people do think that. So yeah, my big call will be for Stringer to get 25 disposals and 2 goals. He's in the last year he's been getting injuries and he hasn't been in the best form. He hasn't been very good, but I think he'll, against a small side like GWS, I think he'll get back into good form and have a really good game. So yeah, next game, West Coast versus Melbourne. I have Melbourne winning by 41 points. It just should be an easy win for them. 96% of people tipping Melbourne, and they should smash them. Realistically, yeah. My big call will be for the Melbourne mids to kick 8 or more goals in the game. So yeah, on to the last game, and it's the Easter Monday clash between the rivalry of Geelong and Hawthorn. Hawthorn, I got that tip right last week. I tipped Hawthorn over North Melbourne, and they won. It was a pretty good win. North Melbourne were coming back for a sec, but Hawthorn they held on and kicked a few more goals to win by a good margin. And Geelong disappointingly went 0-3. Only fourth time a team has gone reigning premiers to 0-3. So that was pretty interesting. Geelong losing to Gold Coast. I didn't watch the game, but that goal, I saw the goal from Lukosius 70 metres out. That was a very good goal. So here I have Geelong beating Hawthorn by 31 points. Hawthorn won this game last year, surprisingly. Yeah, but I think Geelong will get it done. Yeah, and I have Dangerfield. I have Dangerfield for 30 plus possessions and 3 goals. He's been very underwhelming this season. Hasn't been good. His leadership skills haven't been that good. People expect him to be a good leader without Selwood and all, but he just hasn't. And I think he'll have a big game against Hawthorn, against the rivals, and get going this season. That doesn't mean he'll be good the next week, but I think he'll be good against Hawthorn and make that big game. So yeah, that's recap on this round. I have Brisbane, Carlton, Adelaide, Richmond, St Kilda, Sydney, Essendon, Melbourne and Geelong winning the games this week. It should be... There aren't that many 50-50s in this round, and I don't know if there'll be many upsets. So it should be a pretty easy round, I think. Like the opposite of last week, where a lot of people didn't get high scores. Like 6 was a pretty high score last week for a lot of people. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Let me know what you think about the predictions, the tips for this round, or round 4. Yeah, let me know what you think. Please like the video. Subscribe to the channel. We're trying to grow nearly at 100 subscribers. So yeah, it'd be nice to get there in the next week or 2. So yeah, hope you're enjoying the video, and see ya next time.